Hello friends, this is Robert West. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to discuss Trump's revenge against John Bolton, a former U.S. ambassador and national security advisor. But before we start, just want to thank all the new viewers to the YouTube channel. Really appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. It doesn't cost anything, helps the channel grow a little bit, and it gets the information out to more people. So let's get into it. So today, the FBI, along with the local police department in Maryland, raided John Bolton's home in Maryland. This appears to be about a book Bolton wrote after he left the Trump administration in the first administration. And there was a bit of a conflict. Initially, Bolton got clearance from the career professionals at in the government that the information was okay to be released in book form. And then after he got that permission, Trump and some political appointees tried to take that back. And they were claiming that he leaked classified materials. This sounds awfully familiar. It's just John Bolton is the guy that doesn't sound familiar with. Now, a little bit about John Bolton. He's a conservative Republican as far as I know. He's been known as a neoconservative. These guys are thought to be, I don't want to say warmongers, but they're not afraid of conflict, let's put it that way. And during the Trump administration, the first one, he was the national security advisor. He does seem to do his homework. He knows a lot about the people we're dealing with. And Trump just hates this guy because he constantly criticizes Trump. Most recently, he's been criticizing about the Putin conference in Alaska, which he's well justified doing that because Trump is like a bumbling fool. He is a fool. Vladimir Putin has one goal and one goal only: to obtain the entire country of Ukraine. Now, if he can't get that, he'll take other pieces. But the way Trump deals with Putin, he's acting like Putin is on an equal playing field. Putin is not equal in any way to an American president, even this American president. Trump respects his dictator ways. Trump respects how he changed the law to be in office basically until he drops dead. Talk about Putin now. Trump likes the military power of Russia. What Trump doesn't click in his tiny brain is that Russia is a terrible country, treats their citizens terribly, treats others even worse. Horrible human rights situation. Their leader, Putin, is an indicted war criminal. And this is the guy that Trump hosted on a U.S. military base, nonetheless. And he seems to give this guy way more respect than anybody. Okay? Now, getting back to Bolton. Bolton criticizes him because he basically calls him, and I'm not paraphrasing, calls him a foolish idiot because he's just doing the bidding of Russia. He repeats Putin's talking points, and he gets people in the Republican Party, who is now known as the American Fascist Party, to mirror those points. He's got a lot of pro-Russian people in his thing. Now, we're not talking about the people of Russia. Let's make that clear. They're fine people like almost anybody on this planet. We're talking about the government of Russia and the behavior of the government of Russia. This is abominable. This is why the International Criminal Court indicted Vladimir Putin. Had I been the president and this guy decided to come visit me, he would be now sitting in The Hague awaiting trial. would not hesitate. But he lets this play out because he likes Putin. He's not a big fan of Zelensky. In fact, people forget this, but I want to remind everybody. He got impeached the second time because of the situation with Zelensky. Trump doesn't forget anything. When he pretends that he doesn't know what's going on, that's the real hoax. Trump is a micromanager. He knows every little thing. The man was still writing checks about his Trump business while he was president, which he really is not supposed to be doing. He's supposed to disgorge that, let his family run the business. That's fine. He doesn't do that. He knows everything. Now he may be forgetting stuff because of his, what you want to call dementia. He might be forgetting that because of dementia or less mental acuity, let's call it that. But he's involved in everything. He's got his hand in everything. He wants to know everything. The man will burn out, and thankfully he will. And you know what? Keep it up. Keep going nonstop. Your health isn't good, buddy. You keep doing it, you'll be dead in a year. I don't doubt that in a moment. But before that, we got to deal with the consequences of his bad behavior. This guy does not know what he's doing. And he says out loud what he's doing. They raided this man's house. I would like to see the affidavit that some idiotic federal judge signed, granting that there was probable cause for this stuff. I would like to see that because it seems absurd at this point. This stuff went on something like 6 years ago. So this seems totally absurd. But again, we all pretend, some of us pretend, especially in the media, the main media people, that Trump's behavior is normal. It's not normal. This is not how an American president acts. We don't kiss the ass of Russia or any other country. We treat our partners fairly. We treat our adversaries fairly, but we don't kiss their ass. And this man, all he does is kiss Vladimir Putin's ass. Look at just the way, the red carpet, everything, first class. He wants America to be like Russia because he's a dictator. He's a fascist. That's who this guy is. If Abraham Lincoln was alive to see this, he'd be rolling around pulling his hair out and his beard out. This is not what America is about. He treats immigrants terribly. He treats citizens equally terribly. So this is what we're stuck with for now. Hopefully his health will go in the tank. And you know what? Can it be worse than this? Probably not. Can it be a little bit better? Probably so. We just have to wait and see. But the fact that he's going after Bolton and pretends he doesn't know anything about it, that's just a complete lie. He knows everything about it. He's the one that orchestrated it. Pam Blondie doesn't do a damn thing without his approval. Nobody in his administration does, usually. I'll take the exception with Pete Hegseth because, listen, if this guy's under the influence, who knows what the hell he's doing? And if you think that guy dried out and isn't drinking, you're crazy. His behavior is absurd. So that's what's going on with John Bolton. We'll know more soon. If I get my hands on that affidavit or they release it, I want to see. We're going to dissect that thing and show you how it's all BS. And shame on the judge for signing that warrant. That's absurd. Probable cause doesn't mean you got to prove the guy guilty of anything. It just has to be more likely than not that a crime occurred. Highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. But I want to see the affidavit first. But knowing what I know and how this Trump administration operates, it's probably full of lies, more lies, and nothing but lies. All right, friends, that's it for this one. Hey, if you haven't subscribed yet, we're trying to hit 2,500 subscribers. Please do so. Would really appreciate that. Do need your help. If Feel free to like, comment, share. Have a good day. We'll see you in the next video.